If your job as a project manager is mostly updating schedules, writing, status reports, chasing people for updates, and sitting in meetings, translating what everyone already knows, then I'm going to be really, really honest with you. That version of the project manager is already being replaced. Not will be, already. And the scary part isn't AI, right? The scary part is how many project managers don't realize what their real job was supposed to be in the first place. So, today, I want to show you why project managers are being replaced, what roles are disappearing, and most importantly, how you make yourself, irreplaceable in an AI driven world. So, now let me just set the, frame for you. You know, Throughout history, technology doesn't usually eliminate people. It eliminates tasks. That's always been its goal, right? So when calculators showed up, mathematicians didn't vanish. But people whose entire value was manual calculation, they had a problem. When GPS arrived, pilots didn't disappear, right? But pilots who knew how to follow instruments, they stop being special, right? Now, AI is doing the same thing to project management. It's not replacing thinking, it's replacing, clerical coordination disguised as management. And here's the truth, right? Here's the uncomfortable truth. For the last 20 years, many organizations turned project managers into human middleware. You're sitting between tools, teams, and stakeholders, copying information from one place to another and calling that project leadership. Now, AI looks at that and says, oh, I can do that instantly without any coffee breaks, tea breaks. So, now what exactly is AI replacing? Let's be very, very precise here. AI is excellent at generating schedules, updating task statuses, writing meeting minutes, drafting risk registers, creating reports, following frameworks. If your value comes from producing artifacts, AI will outproduce you because AI doesn't get tired. It doesn't forget, right? And it doesn't need constant reminders to, get stuff done. But notice something important here. None of those things are decisions, right? They are just outputs. And project management was never supposed to be about outputs. It was supposed to be about judgment under uncertainty. But somewhere along the way, we reduced the role to, can you update the Gantt chart? Can you run that stand up? Can you send the minutes? And that's not leadership, right? That's just administrative work. And administration is automation's favorite meal, right? Now, what's the reason that, PMs feel threatened, right? Here's why this feels personal for so many PMs, right? Most certification paths teach you processes, templates, frameworks, terminology, and they rarely teach you how to think systematically, right? How do you challenge bad assumptions? How do you navigate ambiguity, right? How to influence with authority, right? So when AI shows up and says, I know the PMBOK too, right? People start panicking, right? But that's like being shocked that Google knows facts, right? Facts were never the point. Understanding why something is happening, then deciding what matters and choosing what not to do, that's the job, right? So AI doesn't own that space, at least for now, right? And the PMs who survive and actually thrive are the ones who step fully into it. Let me tell you exactly what future-proof project managers do differently. They stop asking, what tools should I use? And they start asking questions like, what problem are we actually solving? They are not managing tasks, right? They are managing constraints. They are not chasing updates. They design systems where updates surface themselves automatically. They understand what are business outcomes, the technical trade-offs, human behavior, risk dynamics, and they use AI just like a telescope. They're looking through it, and a telescope doesn't really, replace the astronomer, right? It amplifies what the astronomer can see, right? AI helps you, draft your plans, simulates scenarios, stress test assumptions. It flags anomalies for you. And You are there deciding, what's actually worth building, what's too risky, what can wait, what failure looks like. And, that's not automation, that's augmentation, right? So this is the practical shift you must make. Here's the mindset shift I want you to internalize, right? Your value is no longer I manage projects. No, your value is going to be I reduce uncertainty. That's it, right? If you can translate ambiguity into clarity and turn chaos into options, and you help leaders make better decisions faster, you are not going to be replaceable. Because AI doesn't understand context the way humans do. It doesn't feel organizational politics. It doesn't sense hesitation in a stakeholder's voice, right? It doesn't know when not to push, right? The PMs who disappear will be the ones who cling to tools, right? The PMs who will win will be the ones who master thinking. So let me empower you. Let me be direct to you. If your entire professional identity is built around software screenshots, rigid processes, like this is how we've always done it, then yes, AI is a threat. But if you are willing to evolve, to start thinking like a systems designer, to partner with AI instead of, competing with it, then this is the best time in history to be a project manager, because organizations are drowning in complexity, right? And clarity has never been more valuable. So what should you do next? Here's what I'd focus on if I were starting. I'm going to learn how AI actually works, conceptually, not technically, all right? I'm going to use AI to automate busy work, not the thinking process, right? I'm going to practice explaining complex problems simply. I'm going to shift from task owner to decision enabler. I'm going to start building judgment and not just credentials. That's how you are going to future-proof your career. All right. If this helped you rethink what project management really is, hit like, subscribe, and stick around. This channel is all about future-proofing project management, AI systems, thinking real-world PM skills, and it's not just outdated theory. So I'm going to see you in the next one.